Hello YouTube modelers, welcome back to my channel. I want to thank all my viewers and subscribers for tuning in. So today is going to be a kit revisit of a airplane model I built back in the early 80s. This is the 1/64 scale Lindberg B-17G Thunderbird. There's many releases of this. One was in fully chrome, one was a nose art edition with different nose arts on them. This one happens to be the Thunderbird, and it came with a poster. I no longer have the original box or the poster, but I still have the instruction sheet. Here it is. I like the old style, late 60s, 70s kind of instruction sheet, right? And I even have extra bomb run decals, which I didn't use all of them because I thought that was sufficient enough. So overall, this kit is not the most detailed or most refined model of the B-17G, but it's a very good intermediate scale size, because if you want something a little bigger than 172, but you don't want to build like a 148 monogram or HK 132 scale, this is a great intermediate at 1/64 scale. I remember Lindberg marketed in their catalog as big scale plane with big scale features. So this plane, what it lacks in finesse and detailed and refined in its scale, it makes up for in its very high play value. So if you're like in your late teens or in your teens, you know, this is a really fun plane to build. I had fun with it. It has operating parts, and the plastic was very thick and very sturdy built. So I remember that about Lindberg models, the old ones anyway. They seem to be made of very thick plastic, and they were very fun to play with because they were very durable. So when I mean play value and operating features, propeller spin, guns do articulate, they move side to side, up and down. Figures are included. The figures are not the most detailed or most refined figures, but they're, you know, little stubby figures. I mean, they're sufficient at this scale from far away anyway. So it came with like pilot figures, gunners. See the bombardier in the front, right, in the crouch position, looking down the Norton bomb sight. Wing flaps move up and down. Rudder, elevators. Matter of fact, this vertical stabilizer came off a little bit. I should have glued it, but I left it loose, so it slides. Tail gun. No tail gunner though, but the waist gunners are there. The ball turret guy is in there. So let me flip it over without damaging anything, because I'm about to hang it up on the ceiling to take up less room. You can tell I probably could have did a better job with the seam. I did not with the seam line. You can probably install like lights if you want. So let me flip this over. Okay. So the landing gear, they do close. You see that little catch? So you just move it horizontally, and then you stick it in. Tail wheel goes down. Actually has a little hole there for you to push it to pull it back out if you happen to push it in too far, like I just did. And I remember this was a tester spray job. So what I did was I just sprayed the gray on first, and then I masked it, but right where the border is, I lifted the tape up slightly and I left the spray can at a certain angle, so you get slight mist overspray, so it blends in very, very well if you want to do the same thing without an airbrush. So that's it on my revisit of this B-17G. Crudely built, but very high in play value. When you were younger, and I had hours of fun just looking at it and playing with it. So I'm going to hang it up on the ceiling. I've always wanted to build many B-17s in different scales and hang them up and overlap them on the ceiling, so it kind of looks like they're flying in formation at different altitudes. So thanks for watching. I'll have pics at the end. Hope you enjoyed it.